I'm Chip Rohn with the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and you are watching In the Know. Today we are in Connellsville, and we are at Cameron Park, and joining me is Becky Ambrosini and Phyllis Koval. Hello, ladies.
Hi, Chip. Hi, Chip.
You scheduled nice weather for today. Thank you.
Yes, we did.
They are with the Connellsville Garden Club, the Greater Connellsville Garden Club. I think that's the correct name. And Becky is actually the immediate past president, and Phyllis is a member of the club and also the chairperson for an upcoming geranium sale. And that's what we're here to talk about, is their annual geranium sale. So Phyllis, could you please tell the viewers like the dates and when this is going to happen and how they can get geraniums?
I would be happy to, Chip. I think the community pretty much knows about the geranium sale because we've been doing it for quite a few years, and it is one of our biggest fundraisers for the Garden Club. This year, the date of the distribution of the geraniums is Saturday, May 20th. And as we have done the past couple years, we will distribute out of what used to be referred to as the East End Fire Station. Now it's a beautiful remodeled building. If you're unsure about where that is, it's across the street from the post office or alongside of the City Hall.
On Arch Street.
On Arch.
Yeah.
We will we'll distribute the geraniums that morning. We do a drive-through that has worked very well with us. About a week before, anybody that bought geraniums will get an email from us reminding them of the time that they're to come. We do it in alphabetical order so that no one has to sit in their car very long.
It's like Chick-fil-A. You have it well organized.
Yes, except they're getting flowers, not food.
Yeah,
yes.
Darn anyhow.
But it has worked out. It has worked out really well. No one has. It started with COVID and trying to keep people safe from having too much close contact, but we have found that the people really like the idea of all they have to do is drive up to us in their car. They have their name on their windshield. We read the name, we bring the geraniums out to the car, we even load them in the car, and away they go. And within 3 hours that morning, we are able to distribute. Last year we sold 6,000 geraniums, and we still got them moved in 6 hours.
Wow, that's amazing. And how do people order the geraniums?
Okay, the order, we've already started taking the orders. We actually launched the geranium sale just Tuesday of this week.
Okay.
They have several ways of ordering it. I know that Armstrong is going to display that so they don't necessarily have to remember everything I'm saying now.
Right.
The easiest way, I think, for them to do it is to click on the link or type the link in that you're going to show. And when they get to the link, when they click on the link, it leads them right to our Google Docs page. It will ask them 4 or 5 very simple questions: their last name, their first name, their phone number, their email address, and then they will list how many geraniums they want of each color, and it will tell them the cost.
What colors do you have this year?
This year we are offering pretty much the same one as before. We're always offer red. Red is our biggest seller. We're offering white. We're offering pink, another big seller. We are offering salmon. Last year we offered one that we called purple that turned out to be a little bit more of a fuchsia shade.
Okay.
And we were upset it wasn't more purple, so I talked to the grower, and he is growing one for us that he is calling deep purple.
Okay.
That will be, he claims, a truly purple shade, which for me I love because purple is my favorite color. Once they put their order in online, then they have a choice of either going onto their personal PayPal page. Once they get on their page, they pick our Garden Club link, and they can pay through PayPal.
Okay.
And it explains this on what you're going to display. But if they pick on PayPal, if they pick friends and family, PayPal does not charge us a fee.
Okay.
So the entire amount that they are going to pay for the geraniums comes to the Garden Club.
That's wonderful.
They also, if they aren't comfortable with PayPal, they can send us a check.
Okay.
And on the site, we give them my address, and no one's order is confirmed until either I get a PayPal payment, or I receive their check in the mail.
I think that's an important point because, you know, lots of times we go in, we order something, and we forget to send the check.
Yeah.
And then we're scrambling. We don't know if they really want them or not.
Payment
So
is important.
It is important.
It is. It is for us because then that we can, you know, at the last minute, the grower is wonderful as far as I ordered. We have a base amount of geraniums ordered with him back in November, actually.
Okay.
But we can add to it, or I can change it. Let's suppose we need a plethora more of pink than I ordered, but I don't need near as many salmon. He's excellent about switching them around for
Wonderful.
us, but we can only do it up to a certain point. So
Yeah.
the sooner what I always suggest to people is when you order the geraniums, whether it's online or another option they have is if they're not comfortable ordering online, and everybody isn't, we have my phone number, Becky's phone number, and Linda
And we'll
Gallardi's
put those
phone
up
number.
on the screen. I
Right,
have
and
those
they
numbers.
can call us. We are happy to take the phone calls. We put their order in.
Okay.
Once the order goes in on the Google Docs, it immediately goes to a spreadsheet for me, so I
Okay.
can see it. My suggestion to them is as soon as they place that order, they send that check.
Right.
And then they don't have to worry
Yeah,
about
just
it.
do it right as part of that process.
The cost of the geraniums, it's a 4.5-inch pot, the same as we've always offered.
Mm-hmm.
It's $2.50 per plant, or they can order them. A lot of people like to order an entire flat.
Right.
They can order the same color. They can mix the color. A flat is 15 plants, and that cost is $37.50.
Okay. Deadlines for doing this ordering and pay.
Sunday, May 14th. So just about a week before
Mother's Day.
And the payments, I have to have the payment by Wednesday.
Right.
If I don't have it by then, their order is canceled.
Right. So if you order on the 14th, send the check right away.
Right, and we have had people drive to our homes or whatever.
Right.
You know, we try to be as accommodating as possible.
But you don't barter. You won't take any chickens or
We-
anything.
Well, I don't know. At the cost of eggs.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's a good point. Yeah,
There's
we
a
might
first
start
time for
something there.
everything, yeah.
So, Becky, if you could take the mic, I want to talk a little bit about the history.
Sure.
This actually used to be a geranium festival here in Connellsville,
Yes.
and it stopped. Due to COVID, that was the first year that it stopped. But the background of geraniums in Connellsville, would you talk a little bit about that, please?
Yes. Actually, the festival started way before I actually became a member
Okay.
of the Garden Club. And it was way back in the beginning when some of our founders of the club started this. And they wanted to do something for the community, so there was some fun for children and adults, and we could celebrate getting together and having some fun. So they partnered with Ogilvy's, which is the geranium capital of the world back then. So they actually shipped geraniums all over the world.
And had their headquarters here in Connellsville.
Yes, that's right here in Connellsville. And Miss Robert Ogilvy was actually a great horticulturist, and his daughter and his son, and they he actually propagated different types of geraniums.
Okay.
So it started so that we could take advantage of the local culture and sell geraniums to help the garden club for our work that we do, beautification work that we do in the city.
And that traditionally was on Memorial Day weekend, the Saturday before Memorial Day.
Right.
And then last year, you actually moved the date of the sale.
Actually, 2020.
Okay.
And we can all know what happened in 2020.
Yeah. We all were at home
Yes, that's
and
right.
enjoying it. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, actually, it was. I figured out how many things I was involved in. It was kind of nice to cut back a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, we didn't want to stop providing the geraniums,
Right.
but we knew we could not have the festival. It just wasn't safe.
Yeah.
So our committee got together and we brainstormed. We found at the same time, you know, Ogilvy's sold their business.
Okay.
And so we no longer could get the geraniums from Ogilvy's.
Locally, anyhow.
Yes. So then we found a new grower,
Okay.
which has been very successful. And then we found a way, with the help of the mayor and so forth, that we could actually get the geraniums 2 days ahead of time for the public delivery. So what used to be 1 day festival turned into a 3 day event.
And you have it a few weeks earlier too, away from that Memorial Day weekend now.
Well, I think that what we found was that the Memorial Day people had gatherings and were getting busy, and many years ago that was the day you planted on your graves, and that was the day you started planting. Tradition. And so I think that's changed over time, and we heard through the public that we'd like to have our geraniums a little bit early.
Yeah.
And then that's
And we
where
did find that, like, after we tried it last year. We moved it an entire week early. We always did it the Saturday before Memorial Day. We moved it, and I can't tell you how many people said, "Oh, thank you, thank you. This way we can get our flowers." And our weather is getting, obviously today,
Yeah.
warmer than it ever was before. So they were happy to have them early for their own planting, or for the graves, or whatever they're doing with the geraniums. So
You
it
sold
is a week
6,000.
early.
That's more than you sold at the festival, right? You never sold that
Oh
many.
my
at the-
gosh!
Yeah.
We were lucky to do about 3,000.
Wow, so you doubled.
I think people like
Convenience.
the convenience.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't
of this.
convenient at the festival because you had to like find a place to park, and that was a challenge.
And the other thing that they liked about this is, compared to the festival, you took a chance on how many, like, suppose you wanted all red, but we had run out of red.
Yeah.
Because this is all pre-ordered. If you need 1,000 red,
Yeah.
you can get it. You get exactly what you order. We could never guarantee that with the festival. We made a guess at what the public would like, but the later it got in the day, the less choice you would have. You get whatever you want this way.
And you're also encouraging people to bring non-perishable food items that you'll give to community ministries.
Right. A member of our garden club, Kathy Firestone, came up with the idea a few years ago that why didn't we also do this food collection. Andrea Swan, whose husband Bill was very instrumental in the food pantry, is a member of our garden club. And so we thought, here's just a way for all the public to give back. And again, it's easy. We ask that when they come to pick up their geraniums, if they would like to, that they bring a non-perishable food item. And again, we take it out of their car. The public does
It's
not
a
have to do
drive-through.
anything. It's part of the drive-through. We have 2 pickup trucks parked there. We load it on the pickup truck. At the end of the day, we drive it down to community ministries, and they're very appreciative
Yeah.
of having it.
Yeah, and I know there's a need too.
For sure.
SNAP benefits have been cut, so I think there's a bigger need than there was in the past. So this is a big fundraiser for the Garden Club. So what do you do with those funds? We're sitting here at Cameron Park, and I know some of those funds are used right here.
Well, since 2015, the Garden Club committed to taking this city block that really had nothing on it but grass and a basketball court, and converting it to a park for the community, with the understanding that we would promote horticulture, which is our mission.
Right.
So we had to do all the infrastructure first, and now this year we're ready to plant the gardens.
Yeah.
But most of that money goes towards planting, do the beautification on this bike trail at City Hall. We do the plaza, and we do some of the planters on Pittsburgh Street. And so the money has gone through for that, as well as for this park that we're building.
We have a new stage since we were here last
right.
year. It looks nice. Things are this gazebo. It's been here for a few years,
Yeah.
but it's looking good. I think the benches are new though, aren't they?
Yeah, the benches are, well, we've had the benches a couple of years,
Okay.
and 4 of them are thanks to Armstrong.
Yeah, well, we're glad to help. And we appreciate the help of the Garden Club. So Armstrong was getting a new office here in Connellsville, and the Garden Club came down and helped us figure out what we should plant to make it look pretty as you enter Pittsburgh Street there. So
right,
thank you
yeah.
for that help, and it's nice to partner with you on that too. But appreciate everything you do in town. I know over by the bike trail, that's a main corridor as people cross through town.
It's so welcoming when people come in when people come in the trail and they see all the beautiful flowers. Really, for 4 or 5 months,
Yeah.
get so many comments on how pretty that is.
Yeah.
When we're down there watering and weeding, everyone says hi to us and thanks us and so forth.
Yeah.
But since 2015, all of our fundraisers, including the Geranium Festival, we raised almost $55,000.
Wow, that's great.
This project that you're looking at, of course, we've raised not only from the Garden Club but other grants. We've raised about $260,000.
That's great.
And we have about another 100,000 to go to finish the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be wonderful here when you're done, and it's nice.
Yeah.
You've done it a piece at a time. Like I said,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff's underground. I know that you've
Yeah,
had to do,
we-
so you don't even see it, but it helps to make the park what it is.
Well, one of the things was important. If we're going to maintain the gardens, that we have water,
Yeah.
and that we have water that's accessible to us old ladies at the garden club. So we didn't want to hose longer than 100 feet.
Yeah, I would understand.
And we put walkways in this year.
Yeah,
last year
everything
too.
looks great.
Yeah.
Of course, a nice day like this to stay here. So the stage, you're going to be able to have some shows there and some entertainers, and there's tons of music entertainment here in
sure.
Connellsville, so they
Right.
can enjoy that.
Well, we work closely with the rec board,
Okay.
and they're going to manage the events that occur
Okay,
here.
that's nice.
Yeah, so we'll take care of the flowers. They'll take
So
care
there
of the
won't be a
events.
garden club chorus or anything.
Well,
Phyllis, you could lead that. Phyllis, you taught music for how many years?
I did 24 years.
Okay. And then Ted could have an orchestra,
That's right.
That's
yeah.
right.
like you're not busy enough, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I appreciate your work that you're doing with the Garden Club and the ladies that help you, and I wish you well on this drive. If you don't mind, just give the dates again one more time, Phyllis, please.
Okay, they can order now,
Right.
anytime from now on. And to that end, I'd also like to say, please don't hesitate to call us.
Right.
A lot of times somebody will call and say, I'm so sorry to bother you. We're in the business of selling geraniums right
Right.
now.
6,000 of them.
Right, so we are happy to take the call. It would never be a bother
Right.
to us. But they can order anytime up until Sunday, May 14th.
Okay.
And then,
Mother's Day.
which is Mother's Day, that's a good way to
And my
remember that.
birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Happy
Becky's
birthday.
And the pickup date is Saturday, May 20th.
Excellent. That's at the East Side Fire Station.
That's right.
And once you order, you get the information and you
Right,
get an email.
because we ask, is if at all possible, everybody that orders gives us their email address.
Okay.
A week before, they will all get an email from me saying, don't forget you have geraniums. This is the date you come. This is the time you come. This is where you come. This is how the traffic flows. So there's no question about how to do it.
Excellent.
And if they do not have an email, we make a personal phone call.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The phone still works.
Yeah,
It
phone
does.
still.
It
Yeah.
does.
Well, Phyllis, Becky, thank you. Wish you well
Thank
on.
Armstrong. We appreciate
You're
you helping
very
us
welcome.
advertise.
We're glad to help. And now you're in the know.